Good evening. How are you, everybody? Good evening to everybody watching on the replay. Also, if you are listening on the replay on the Acts on This TV audio experience, massively appreciate you for giving me your ear wherever you're watching this, whether it's live or it's recorded in whatever format. Cheers. I think you're going to enjoy it. Although if you're only listening, you're not going to be able to see a lot of what I'm going to be demonstrating tonight, so you might want to take on board the things that are being said, but then at least go and watch the replay. You'll be able to find that over on www.actonthis.tv. Austin Self-Tapes is here. Good evening as well. So, guys, yeah, really, what we're going to be looking at tonight, a little bit different to normal. This isn't normally we do some kind of like personal development thing on a Monday night, but this is something that's definitely going to motivate you and help you develop personally, because it's hopefully going to inject some enthusiasm back into your use of social media. I decided today, because it was the first day of spring, give me some hearts if you like the way that it's the first day of spring. That means that the daylight is going to be on its way in just a couple of weeks when we put the clocks forward. All the hearts are coming through. I love it. I'm not going to have to I don't have to watch the gym in the dark anymore, because it's got a bit lighter in the mornings anyway, but I just can't wait for the light nights. I decided, with it being the first day of spring, it's time for a bloody spring clean, innit? And I thought, well, what needs spring cleaning more than anything? I was like, my social media, without a doubt. Who's been on Facebook more than 5 years? Put your hand up. Caroline says, in it. Well, you can't put your hand up. Can you give me some hearts? I'll put yes. Fanny says yes. Okay, I've been on Facebook more than 10 years. Okay, I actually joined in 2007. And I don't know about you, but I've changed a shitload since 2007, like so much. Physically, I look different. Obviously, I'm 10 years older. My attitude to life has changed. There's things that I would not dream of posting on Facebook now that I posted on Facebook 10 years ago because I didn't really care. Today, you know, now most people on here are actors or are people working in the public eye. I think it's really important that you're careful about what you put out on social media. And there might be things from 5-10 years ago on your profiles that you don't really want out there anymore. And a lot of people don't know how to remove those things and to effectively untag themselves or get rid of photos that were put up of them on nights out being really stupid with a group of mates 10 years ago. That's me. There were so many photographs. And I decided today, I thought, you know what, I'm really going to clean up my social media on Facebook and Twitter as well. I also run a page for actonthis.tv as well on Facebook as well, which was running since 2011. There was a load of stuff on that in the history of those posts that were no longer relevant, sections on the website I was referring to that no longer exist. And I was like, well, where do I even start? How do I get rid of 10 years worth of social media? And the same on Twitter as well. Whose direct message inbox on Twitter is full of shit, particularly if they send automated messages and they're like, I don't know, I'm bogged down in all this stuff. I can't find messages I want to find. I send auto messages out when people follow me. There's like thousands of them in my inbox. I'm going to show you how to clean those up tonight as well. That was something that I wanted to do. So I started researching some tools this morning that I've come across and I've used for a few hours today, and I've effectively got rid of everything. Fanny says she's an obsessive cleaner. It's good. That's one thing I would recommend once I show you how to clean up this, and once we've all got our stuff nice and clean. Let's keep it that way moving forward, so there's no there's no trouble in the future having to do this again. But I do just think it's really important. I know people in the acting industry and in the voiceover industry who have lost jobs because of what they put out on Facebook and stuff years ago, and they could have saved that by actually going back and getting rid of that stuff that they didn't really want on. Also, how many people get tagged in photographs that you don't want to be tagged in? Not that they're like, I'm doing anything wrong, but I'm like, it's not a good picture of me, that. I don't really want that out there. So I'm going to show you guys tonight exactly how you can do all this. I'm just going to throw up a PDF. This is literally how to clean up 10 years of social media in less than a day. That's exactly what I have done today. So before we start, I've already asked people to share. I appreciate you for sharing this. If you haven't shared it yet, then hit the buttons on the bottom there. Send it out on Twitter. Send it on Facebook. Create a post that you might want to delete in a bit. It's up to you. Caroline says something about if it's not deleted on their side, will it sit there forever? So in terms of the post I'm going to show you how to delete tonight, Caroline, there are things that, because you don't own, you can't delete, but you can at least untag yourself from, you can hide, and you can just put away so that it's never seen on your profile. There's stuff, and this is the lesson for everybody, that once you put out on the internet, guys, it's there forever. That's the nature of the internet. But this is going to help you streamline your Facebook and your Twitter profile tonight so that you have the most control over what is out there. Ultimately, the moral of the story is never put anything online that, could really get you into trouble. I'm just talking about a few drunk pictures, and me looking 10 years younger and not in my best shape. There was nothing that was criminal that was going on my Facebook. Oh, so you're talking about private messages as well? Private messages, no. So on Twitter, when you delete a message, it deletes it from both sides. On Facebook, I'm not actually sure whether it would delete the conversation from both sides, but this will at least get rid of it and get rid of all the clutter in your inbox. So I've got a few slides there. I said, yeah, let's face it, guys. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they've all been around for years. Instagram, I think we've mostly only just started using it in terms of the people on this scope. Everyone's doing incredibly well on their Instagram stories. Keep that up. So my advice for Instagram would just be keep your inbox tidy, basically from the off. Like I say, I joined Facebook in 2007, and since have posted more than 10,000 times on Facebook, whether that was status updates, comments on posts, pictures, videos, all kinds of stuff. Like I say, a lot of that stuff I wouldn't really want up there now because it's well outdated. So over the years, it becomes difficult to maintain a clean, streamlined account, basically, on these social media platforms. So let's have a look at how we can clean these up really, really easily. Give me some hearts if this is you. Like I said, you've got hundreds of messages and message requests clogging up your inbox. You're tagged in photos that you'd rather you weren't tagged in. You've got old Facebook status updates that you wouldn't post today. Tonight, it is clean up time. Tool even, number one, that we are going to look at is an extension for Chrome. Okay, so you have to be using the Chrome browser. Who uses that already? Give me some hearts if you use it already. If you don't, it's a great browser for your desktop. People might use Chrome or Safari or Internet Explorer. Chrome is a very, very good one. Maybe use Firefox. You're going to need Chrome to use these tools. Caroline says she thinks she does. This is a free extension. First of all, we're going to look at messages, Caroline, because you spoke about messages first, okay? It's a free plugin for Chrome called Facebook, Delete Facebook Messages. Now, I'm going to show you how you would get that and how you actually install that on your computer. Dead straightforward. So let me throw up my browser for you now, guys. Where is it? That one. Okay, so there's something called the Chrome Web Store, basically, and on that you can get all kinds of pieces of software that plugs into Chrome. If you're watching this on your phone or your iPad, by the way, turn it on landscape, obviously, because you're going to get a better quality picture. I am recording this in 720p as well, so if you can't quite see all the text tonight, don't worry, you're going to get a replay of that tomorrow. So all you would do is search for the Chrome Web Store on Google. It's going to bring you to this page, and then all we need to do is search for that plugin that I just mentioned, which is called Delete Facebook Messages. So I'll just show you how you, well, obviously you type it. I don't need to show you how you do that. Delete Facebook Messages. And we're just going to do a search for that. And it's this one at the top. This is what we want. Now, I've already installed this, but you basically click on the blue button there that says Add to Chrome. And it's going to add that to... oh, it's that one there, sorry, the green. Sorry, that's obviously... that's the one that I've installed because it's green. That kind of gives it away. But yeah, delete Facebook Messages. You would click on Add to Chrome. It's say, do you want to give permission to add to Chrome? And you just say yes. What that's going to do is it's going to add into the top right-hand corner of your toolbar. Can you see the furthest icon where my mouse pointer is? I don't know if you can do you guys get my mouse pointer when I'm actually sharing my screen, or do you just get the screen? You might not get the mouse pointer, unfortunately. But basically, top right-hand corner, you can see, literally, top right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a very small icon. It's got a red cross on it. So you don't get my mouse pointer. Okay, apologies for that. I can't really share that. But it will add it basically to your toolbar at the top, so you can actually access that within Facebook. Then all we're going to do, let's go over to Facebook and let's see what's happening. So this is the Acts on This TV Facebook group. Come and join this if you aren't a member already, facebook.com/groups/Acts on This TV. And I will click on my messages at the top here, where you would normally go for your messages. I've only got one message off an editor because I obviously cleaned my inbox out today. You will see at the bottom of this pop-up, it says view all in Messenger. Okay, so I'm going to click on view all in Messenger, the link that was at the bottom of that window, and it's going to take me through to Messenger, where all of my messages were this morning. And there were messages that were going back, well, a decade, literally a decade. So this is a conversation I was having with Lewis before about some video editing he's going to do for me. I've already read the message, so I can delete this, it's fine. But what you would do is you would basically come to your messages, you would click on the icon in the top right-hand corner, and you see this blue bar has now appeared across the top. It says delete all of your Facebook messages in just one click. Click to begin deletion. Now I just click on that, and then Lewis's message is now gone. But what it would do is it would go through the thousands of messages that I had there and delete them so quickly. Like literally it took about less than 3 minutes to delete about 6,000 messages that I had there. So my inbox is now completely clean. You click on the red close button at the top there, and then it will refresh the page, and I show that I have absolutely no messages. So that for me in itself was like, oh, that feels good. Just have a little clean. I delete anything as soon as I've read it, always have. Fanny's OCD about this. I haven't for literally a decade, Fanny. And then when I want to go back and find messages, it's very, very difficult. So that's the first tool in order to get rid of some of your clutter on Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the slides, and we'll just recap on what that's called. So that's called Delete Facebook Messages. It's completely free. So what happens if you want to keep selected messages? Somebody's just asked. That's a bloody good answer, a good question, that. And I don't have the answer for that because I can't test it for you now because I didn't want to keep any. I'm not sure if there's any kind of checkboxes. I didn't see because I've got no messages to test that on now. You might not be. That might be like literally a get rid of all scenario. If that's the case and you actually want to keep hold of some messages, I mean, you can do it manually, obviously, but it's a pain in the arse. There might be other plugins available on that Chrome store, on the Chrome web store, where you can just select which messages you want to delete in bulk. That for me was like literally, I just wanted to search for something that in one click would get rid of everything, because I've generally, like Fanny said, read all those messages. I mean, the message Lewis sent me before, I've read. I can just message him back tonight and I start a conversation again. I don't know if there's anything that important. If there's something super, super important in your messages, what I'd suggest you do is you copy and paste that information if it's links to stuff or it was a conversation you're still having. Copy and paste it into a text document and then just run the delete through everything, so you've at least got that information to to refer to. But for me, messages on Facebook generally were conversations that weren't really that ongoing. They were just kind of, we'd have the conversation in real time, it'd end, I'd close the browser, and suddenly 10 years of conversations would mount up. But if they're that important, I would copy and paste before that or look for a different extension. But this one is particularly efficient at just getting rid of everything. So that's tool number one, guys. Delete Facebook Messages plugin for Chrome. Like I say, it's completely free and really does a great job because, as you've seen, I have no messages left whatsoever. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more complex, and this is where something called the activity log in Facebook really becomes your friend. I didn't know it existed till this morning. Anyone else heard of it? Give me some yeses. It's basically the central hub of your entire Facebook account. Every single thing you have ever done on Facebook, whether you have commented, shared, liked, wrote a status, uploaded a picture, a video, anything is in here. Okay, Caroline knew it was there. It looks like Jen did as well. I might be the only one here, but this was like proper learning for me this morning. I was like, wow, okay, I've come across bits of this before, but not super, super in-depth. Now, the activity log, we can really manipulate far better than you can do it manually by using one more Chrome extension, okay? And that Chrome extension used to be called Facebook Posts Manager, but Facebook went after the developer of this and said, you can't use Facebook in the title. You've got to call it something else. So he went, right, I'll take out the ace and I'll just replace it with a couple of lines. So it's called F//book manager. Jen said it's shocking when you use this, when you see the activity log, actually how much you're on Facebook. Yeah, it can be, definitely, because this will show you everything. I'm going to show you into my log in a second, so we show you how to use this. So again, you would go to the Chrome store, guys, search for Posts Manager. Don't worry about writing Facebook in with the lines. Just search for Posts Manager, and you'll find this plugin. Install it in Chrome, and then what it's going to do, I'm going to come back over to my Facebook account, and I'm going to show you how we use this. This is like really powerful. So to access your activity log, you click in the top right-hand corner, and you will see just here, hopefully that's highlighting for you guys, it's the fourth menu up from the bottom. So there you go, yeah, you can see that. It says activity log. Okay, now we click on this, and this is everything I have ever done on Facebook, even up until tonight. Just a few minutes ago, these two pictures that I actually put up to advertise this very Periscope that I was going to do on cleaning up your social media. So we can see everything here that I have done. Here's someone's headshots in the Facebook group that I was commenting on before. There's just literally everything I have liked today, pictures of people that they've posted and that I've liked, things that I've untagged myself in now because I've been untagging myself all day. It archives everything, Caroline, yeah. It's literally, I mean, everything, down to the tiniest thing. And then on the left-hand side here, you can see lots of different menus. So we've got your posts, so that'll just show me my posts. And then we've got posts that I'm tagged in. I can click on that, and it's going to show me just things that I'm tagged in. Posts that other people have put on of me. Posts that I've hidden. I don't think I've hidden any posts. I might have hidden one post. Because they appear on your timeline. If people just tag you in a post, it just appears in your timeline. What you can do from here manually is just manipulate these by hiding them or putting them back on your timeline. Some things you can go into the menu and click here and then just delete yourself. But to go through 10 years worth of manually deleting on your own would be horrible. That's going to take you forever. Again, photos you can access. So these are just photos that I've uploaded. These are photos of me. You'll see nothing really now because I've gone and untagged myself or deleted them all today. You'll see all of this activity and there's just, barely anything. Here's some photos when I was out with friends at Christmas, but then very, very little else because I was like, I just don't want all these pictures of me on my profile. They're just completely unnecessary. So if you dive into these different sections of the log, you'll see everything you've ever done on Facebook. So how do we now automatically start to untag ourselves, delete stuff, and really start cleaning this up? Caroline says she feels me. Yeah, honestly, I just don't like clutter. I really don't like it. So what you do, again, you're going to see, and this is the second icon in from the top right. You guys won't be able to see this too well. I appreciate that. But the second icon in that we just installed was the Facebook Post Manager. So you come to your activity log. So we'll go on the main page of our activity log, which is here. And then what we do is we open up the Post Manager plugin. So I click on that, and it brings up these options for me. I have quite a few different options here. I have the year, so I can just do it year by year if I want. So I can just go, right, 2017, I'm going to get rid of the stuff I've done this year, 2016, all the way back to whenever you first started. So I got up to today. I think I've still saved some stuff from 2013 to show you live on here how to clean this up. So I'm going to select 2013. It selects the month for you as the current month, but I'm going to open that up and I'm going to go up to the top where it says select all. So this is the whole year, every month in 2013. Now I can type into here particular words or posts that, say there's a word in a post and I don't want to delete it if it's got that word in it. I can fill this in where it says text not contains or text contains. So I might just want to search for, posts that have a particular word in or don't have a particular word in. There's something called pre-scan on page. Now, what the pre-scan does is it will then actually go through, scan everything, and then before you delete it, it'll show you everything it's going to delete. I'm not bothered about that. If you don't want to actually scan it, and actually get give it permission, once it's done the scan, untick that, and it's just going to go straight for the delete rather than scanning it and then showing you. And then we have a speed drop down as well. And I've been playing with this today. Now it's got 4x, which is quite quick. That's the default speed, but I find when you do 4x, sometimes it misses some of the posts, and you've got to run this script twice, maybe 3 times. So I dropped this down to 2x, so it's 2 times the speed. I don't know what the actual speed is when it's just 1. I guess it's if you were going through it manually or something, but twice the speed. And then I click delete. Okay, so what this is going to do, it's going to say, you sure you want to do that? I'm going to go yeah, and then it's going to go down to 2013. Here's all my posts here. And it's going to start just deleting everything that I posted in 2013. It's also going to delete any comments that I posted, any pictures that I posted, some stuff that is where I am actually, where I'm just liking things, or where someone has tagged me into a particular place. A check-in. It won't delete those, but it will delete everything that I have actually posted. So what other people have posted in terms of check-ins, say like, such and such a body has said you were at Nando's today or whatever. It won't get rid of those, but it will get rid of any posts or comments or statuses, any statuses I've done, any comments that I've done, anything like that. And then this is just going to run and run, and it's probably going to find, well, in 2013, I don't know, hundreds of posts. I mean, what was going on there? There's some kind of baking going on at that. At that point, I've literally no idea what's going on there. But you can see it basically as it's going through. You can see the pop-up appear on the screen, and it's automatically saying delete, delete, delete. So once you set that off, you can just sit back and do your work, and come back to this at any point, and it will, it will get rid of those things. Once it's been through the entire lot, it'll show you how many things it's deleted. And then the owner of the plugin says, right, I've just deleted 600 things for you. You don't have to, but you can donate for a cup of coffee if you want, and you can click the PayPal button and, give him a couple of quid. You don't have to do that. This is completely free, but sometimes it's nice to just, give back a little bit. So this is going to cycle through. Can you stop at any time? You can. Look at this, Dawn. So I just click stop now, and then it stops. It refreshes the page, and we go back up to the top, and it's stopped. So you don't worry about it. If you go, oh, actually, I've just seen something I don't want it to delete, you can just stop it at any time. So that's how you would get rid of all of your posts. Photos, you can go into your photos and you can just manually untag yourself from photos 10 at a time, which is a really quite quick way to get rid of photos, because you might actually, I liked going through the photos manually, because it's sometimes nice to see the old stuff and go, oh, actually, no, I will keep that. Generally, I don't take any pictures. It was all stuff that people have tagged me in, you see. I'm rubbish at actually taking my own photographs. I just left it to everybody else. So that's how you can clean up all of your posts, and that'll go through everything. I mean, any posts you've ever made in any groups, comments you've ever made on anything, conversations, you've ever had in other people's posts, anything at all, it's all there. Plan Pinch says, is anyone out there? Yes, we can see your comments if that's what you were asking. Let me know. I'm not reading everyone's comments at the moment, unfortunately, guys, because I'm having to look at the screen and navigate my way around that. So that's the Facebook Post Manager that enabled me to clear up literally years worth of posts this morning. That was like, I just don't want those out there anymore. They are all gone. Now, who's got a Facebook page? Surely people will be forgiven of posts you did when you or 10 years ago. Yeah, I mean, it depends what they, what they are, Fanny. In terms of stuff. Like I say, I didn't have anything on there that would ever be incriminating or ever lose me a job. But when people visit my profile, call me vain or whatever, I just want them to see current stuff of me looking as I look today. Because like I said, I don't take many pictures of myself. Loads of the pictures that were on my profile in my albums ended up being 4 or 5 years old, because I just don't take photographs. Other people have taken loads of photographs of me, tagged me in them, and thus they were the things that people were seeing when they go to my profile today. And I look so different today, physically, You know, and I just, it wasn't me. It wasn't really representative of who I was. So I was like, not gonna have them on the profile. Let's put my best self out there. And I feel I'm getting better with age. I've got completely separate profiles for pro and personal, says Jen. Yeah, something that you can do as well. And I'm going to show you pages now as well, because people might have a Facebook page. I look well better now, Fanny, than I used to look. If I had any pictures, I could have shown you what I used to look like. She says, do I look better now? It's like looking at a stranger. Sometimes, Caroline, yeah. No, it can be. You're like, oh, look at that. And it's nice, because the photographs that I've got on a hard drive. I just didn't need them on Facebook on my profile. I want my profile to be up to date and show me today, not me 10 years ago. I'm not saying go and delete all your pictures. I think, it's wonderful to have photographs of you growing up. That's really important. That's legacy. Keep them, give them your kids and stuff. That'd be really nice. I wish I had more pictures of my dad, when he was growing up. Even if I don't think he even invented cameras back in them days. But yeah, I don't think you should get rid of your pictures, but this is just talking about social media. Social media stuff. So what we're going to do now, let's move on to pages, guys. Okay, now pages, let me just throw up, not throw up, I'm just going to throw up the PDF again. So that was that plugin, guys, just so you remember, Facebook Post Manager, okay? Pages, we use something called publishing tools, which is actually something in Facebook. So you can see there, that's the act on this Facebook page. That's not the group, that's the actual just like page, like the business page. You'll see I've underlined in red there, which says publishing tools. You can delete up to 25 page posts at a time from here. So let's head over to the publishing tools and I'll show you how this works. Again, it's very powerful, and you can very quickly clean up your page. So if you've got a page that's, I don't know, your professional acting page, a lot of people would have like Fanny Compton Actor or Jen Hanna Actor. I've never gone in for that myself, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it can be useful if you've got, regular content that you're putting out there. If you've not got regular content, you're like, oh, you know what? I could have posts with my show reel that's 6 years old on there, and I can't be bothered digging through it all and find out where it is. Oh, look at this. Broadchurch. There's Annie Wallace. She plays the head teacher in Hollyoaks. Sally St. Clair. Her status says, geez. Broadchurch. That was harrowing. I'll give that a little like. Right, let's head over to the Act of This Facebook page, okay? Here we go. And Crime Watch is on, says Caroline. Brilliant. So this is the page, guys, and you'll see the word publishing tools just up here above the banner. This is, again, effectively like the activity log, but for your page. So I went through here today, and I deleted 6 years' worth of posts that were just no longer relevant to what Act on This is today, okay? So when you're in Publishing Tools, you can see across the side here again, it's very similar to what we just had in our own private activity log, but we've got published posts, scheduled posts, drafts, expiring posts, we've got videos, a video library. And what you can do here, this shows me literally every post that I've made to the Facebook page. There's hardly any there now because I've deleted most of them. I think I've only got 2 pages worth. Yes, it's not even 2 full pages worth because they all got deleted this morning. But all I do if I want to start deleting these in bulk is I can hit the select all little box there, and you'll see ticks next to everything. They'll all go blue. Then I can click actions and then delete, and it's got in brackets the number, so you can delete 25 at a time. I'm not going to do that because these are all lovely new posts that I don't want to delete. Alternatively, if you don't want to do it all at once, go through and just tick the boxes next to each one that you want to delete. And you go, oh, there's my old show reel, don't need that up anymore. There's my old headshot, don't need that up anymore. That's a post about my old agent, don't need that up anymore. Whatever that may be. So you're just left with all, your coolest, most recent stuff that people are going to be interested in, as opposed to stumbling across something that's no longer representative of you because you become a much better actor or you look different now and that headshot no longer, is no longer relevant. Videos is the same. So I had loads of... does everything in one swoop. It does, Caroline. It's good, isn't it? Really is super, super helpful. So I can click on videos. I've only got 1 video uploaded now because I deleted all of the old videos because, again, loads of them just were talking about stuff that doesn't even exist on the website anymore. I had stuff on here that was talking about a CV builder. We used to have an Act on This, in different user profiles. Just don't have any of that stuff anymore. So I went through and just deleted everything, and then I've re-uploaded a more recent video, which is a new promo video that I just created this week for the site. So have a dig through all of these little menus here, and you'll be able to go in and literally, you know, in just a few minutes, clean out months, if not years worth of crap that's just built up. So if you do all of that, I mean, effectively you have a super clean inbox, because we've gone through that. You're going to have a lovely clean personal profile. And then you're going to have, you know, a super clean and streamlined Facebook page as well. So it took me about, I don't know, probably 4 hours or so today, and I've been through absolutely everything, bar 2013, which I'll go back to. And in fact, let's go and set that off now. I'll just show you that again. So I would go into activity log here. I'm then going to... And you can just look through year by year as well if you want, guys, on this little timeline on the side. So if I wanted to go back and actually look through 2013 and delete stuff manually, I could do. I click on 2013, and here's all the stuff that, you know, was on there, and I could just delete that manually if I wanted, you know, by clicking on the edit and delete symbols on the side there. But I'm just going to let this plugin go to work again. So we click on it. I'm going to select 2013... all months. Not bothered about scanning it. Delete. Are you sure? Yep. Do your work. And off it goes. And you can see already it's deleted 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on and so on. It's going to start, you know, smashing through all of those things that are there. I have so much gubbins on mine, it's overwhelming. This is really going to help us, Caroline. I can't tell you how good it feels, guys, at the end of the day to go, all that crap is gone. It's kind of like, let's just actually start afresh without feeling. Because I don't know about you, sometimes it's like, you know, it's like working with a untidy desk. I hate it. And sometimes you lose enthusiasm for the platform because you're like, just got so much crap in there that you don't really want to, use it that much because it just feels like everything's bogged down and a bit messy. This is going to make you feel really great. I want to show you something on Twitter as well, guys, because I don't know about you, but I send from the Acts on This TV account on Twitter. I actually send automated messages. I know I said this annoys the hell out of people, and I think it does. I wouldn't recommend it unless you word the message very well. I've done it very tongue-in-cheek and as a joke, and it seems to have a really good reaction to people. Basically, talking about how I hate automated direct messages as much as the person receiving them. So if you actually want to come and talk for real, come and join the Acts on This Facebook group. Gets a good response, and obviously it sends traffic from Twitter directly to the Facebook group. But it also means that until today, I've got an empty inbox now, so there's nothing really to show you guys. But I had about, close to, I don't know, it must be like over 10,000 old direct message conversations that were in here. And again, it just feels cloggy, bogged down, and a bit messy. Now, there's a piece of software, a web app, that will let you actually delete direct messages all in one swoop. You can't do that via the app itself. You have to do it one at a time, and it's so slow. Now, the only thing is, I think the guy only gives access to this at various times, and it was working this morning. The guy's developing it must be developing it now, because when I had a look before, let's reload this page, it wasn't available online. Let's have a look if it is. No, you see, it's saying authentication required. It was doing this a few days ago, though, and then it let me use it today for no apparent reason. So I don't know if this just happens when he's maintaining it or he's updating the actual software. But let's go back to the slides, and I'll show you actually what it's called. It's dead easy to use. It's called DM Cleaner, and it's a web app, completely free, and you can get it. You can take a screenshot of this, or it's going to be available online tomorrow anyway in the replay. You'll even be able to download this PDF document. It's apps.timwhitlock is the guy's name. .info/DM-cleaner. It might be, Caroline says, is it something to do with the amount of use you've had on it a day? I don't know, Caroline, to be honest, whether it is the fact that I now can't get access to it because I've used it multiple times today for a few thousand messages. It might be. You guys might be able to go there now and actually get access to it. But it has done this a few times before when I've been using it. So maybe it works off IP address, and it's currently blocking my IP address until tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, we'll go there now. Someone try it. Go to https:// apps.timwhitlock.info twitter.com/DM cleaner and just see, or just search for DM cleaner Twitter on Google and it'll be the first result that comes up. And just see if you can access it. Basically, you'll see a button on there that says authorize Twitter. It'll ask you to log into your Twitter account. It'll then find all of your messages on that page. You can click a select all box and then delete, and it'll just go through and just delete everything for you. And this does delete the entire conversation for both you and the person you were talking to. So it doesn't mean that it's still available on their side. It means that if that conversation has been deleted from your side, it's also deleted from their side as well. So it's great. It just means you can get rid of the conversation completely. Once you've used this app, guys, do make sure you revoke access to it, just for security purposes. This guy's all right. He's not going to do anything dodgy with his app. But you do that by going into your settings in Twitter, click on the apps tag, and then you will see all the apps that you've given permission to use on Twitter. And next to it, you'll have a revoke access button. Click on revoke access and just make sure that it no longer has access to your direct messages. Caroline says that's good. I always wondered about that. Yeah, so it just means that the app can no longer communicate with Twitter. You're just using it on a temporary basis. Has anybody been? Just go there for me. Just search for DM Cleaner on Google and just go to that page. Just see if you get access to it. I thought it's like Facebook where it still exists on the other side. No, it doesn't. I think it does on Facebook. If you delete a conversation from your side, they'll still have it. If you delete a conversation from Twitter, it's gone from both sides, according to Twitter's documentation. Anyway, I've not tested it, but that's what they tell you. That's how it works. But I'm intrigued. Yeah, someone go to that web address that's on the screen now, and let's see if it's giving you access. So Jen says, yeah. Caroline says yes. Does that mean you've got access, Caroline? Maybe it is just my IP then that's blocked because I've used it multiple times today. It might just be, they might limit access to just a couple accounts a day because I used it for my own personal one. I used it for the Acts on This account, and I use it for the Bulletproof Actor account as well. No, I haven't checked access. Oh, okay, right. Someone check access. And then we can see if that's the case. If not, I'll try it. I'll try it again tomorrow. Found it on Facebook. Someone said. But yeah, check. There's have a little check if you can get access to that page. So ultimately, guys, yeah, by using those tools, those three tools, you've got DM Cleaner for Twitter. We've got Facebook Post Manager for Chrome. And then we've got the first one, which is delete Facebook messages for Chrome. You can end up literally cleaning up a decade's worth of social media shite in less than a day, which I was very happy to do today. So yeah, just make sure, like I say, I'll get on the revoke slide there again. Just make sure you do revoke access to that plugin once you've used it. So that's it, kind of, tutorial wise. I know there's quite a bit to take on. Do you want me to go over anything again? Anybody got any questions about anything? Do you want me to show you any of the things again? This is marvellous. Thanks for sharing these tips. It's a pleasure. I just like, if I want to do this, there's bound to be other people out there who want to do it. And for actors and people who want to work in the public eye, I think sometimes just having a clean-up's good. Like I say, you change over 10 years. Maybe you weren't going to be an actor 10 years ago, and there's stuff on Facebook, you're like, you know what, it's not dodgy, but I just rather it wasn't on my profile in case someone comes and looks at it. It no longer is. And it's not just, about people looking at your profile and giving you work either, just, I don't know, maybe you're dating, I don't know, and you're like, all right, what if a potential suitor comes and looks at my profile? I don't want those pictures on from 10 years ago. Because, I look better now. Or maybe you do want the pictures on from 10 years ago and you want to delete your more modern pictures. Had to leave, just had a big agency asking me if I still... Something about representation. Nice work, Sam. A suitor, says Fanny. Love it. Yeah, a potential suitor. But yeah, so, you can use these tools for everything, not just for, for your professional stuff as well. So has that been helpful? Are you going to use it? Anything else you want me to share or show you again if there's anything else? If not, it's a pretty short scope. What is it? Well, it's not actually. It's still 40 minutes. But if not, yeah, I shall leave you to go and start the spring clean. You've still got a couple of hours left before it's the end of the first day of spring here in the UK. But yeah, don't worry, Sam. You can watch the replay, mate. You can always check the replay out. That's going to be available on actonthis.tv from tomorrow. It's going to be available on Twitter, on the Acts on This TV Twitter stream, literally now, immediately after this. It always posts to Twitter as well. So that's how you can clean up a decade's worth of crap in just a day. I'm going to be back, guys, on Wednesday. Always here, Monday nights, 9 p.m. UK time. Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. UK time. We've got book club this Wednesday. It's a brand new book. Is it? Is it a brand new book? No, it's not. It's not a brand new book at all. We've got one more chapter left. One more chapter left of an awesome book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying by Bronnie Ware. So we're going to be looking at one last chapter of that. Bronnie was a woman who worked in marketing and banking, actually, for years and years. Hated a job, decided she was going to go into something more fulfilling. Started working in palliative care, end-of-life care with really old people and terminally ill people. And over the years, she learned some incredible things from these people about living the lives that really, well, living your life the way you want to live it for you and for nobody else. And actually living a life that's fulfilling as opposed to a life that's just, ultimately living sometimes the same year 75 times and calling that a life. It's not a life, is it? So we're going to be looking at, Dawn's asking which chapter. Dawn, you've got a choice of chapter. Let me come back on the camera and you can tell me which, because I think we had a little vote on last time, and I think we ended up going with I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. That's one of the top 5 regrets of the dying. We've already looked at I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. We've also looked at I wish I'd allowed myself to be happier. Big one. Last week, we looked at... what did we look at last week? Which one of these chapters? I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. That's what we looked at last week. So it looks like this week, we've got a choice of either I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends or I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I think staying in touch with my friends is probably a more interesting one. We had the feelings one last week on Wednesday night. You can go to actonthis.tv and you'll find that on the homepage now, the replay of that. Sam saying friends. Yeah, I think the friends one's a good one. It was something that was a big part of my life last year, actually. I realised I hadn't really stayed in any kind of close contact with some of the most important friends of mine in my life as well. And I feel like I made a real goal in the end of last year, coming into this year in 2017, to really see my mates more, and we're doing that. We meet up for breakfast way more often, we just go out way more often, and I'm not always, I know it seems like it, I'm very often sat in front of this computer, but I'm not always sat here, particularly on the weekend. I will go out and I will make sure I see my friends. I think that's just as important. I'm trying to build a legacy here and a huge community enterprise, but what does it all mean if you haven't got anyone in your life to hang out with and have fun with? It's important, isn't it? So we're going to be looking at that on Wednesday night, 9 p.m. If you want to buy the book, you should buy it anyway, because it's just a bloody awesome book. It's only, how much is it? 11 quid. But look how thick it is. A lot of wisdom in that. It's going to be Wednesday night, guys, 9 p.m. Make sure you turn notifications on if you're actually following on Periscope. If you're watching this on the replay, or you're watching this on Twitter right now, and you're not actually in the Periscope app, download the Periscope app from periscope.tv, or go into the App Store or your Google Play Store or whatever device you have. Download Periscope, follow @ActOnThisTV, turn notifications on, and then every time I go live, you'll get a little whistle. It'll go, woo woo. And you'll be able to join, so you don't ever miss a thing. And then you can not only just watch, you can comment like all these guys. You don't just have to watch on the replay where you're like, oh, I wish I could have asked that question and I didn't get a chance. So yeah, come and join next time. Share, spread the word. Soul smash it. So is that all good, guys? Anyone got anything else to say before we call it a night? Anything else? Give you 30 seconds. Let me know if you've got any suggestions. Dawn says you would be a fab friend. Do you mean me, Dawn, or Fanny? I don't know if there's been conversations going on here. I'm everyone's friend. Appreciate you. Plan Pinch says thanks for being you. I appreciate you for being here. Thanks for being you. I love it. I love what we've created on here, guys. Just in general, we've got an awesome group of people, haven't we? To be fair. So, if you guys weren't here, I wouldn't be here either. So appreciate everyone for, spending this time with me. Appreciate everyone on the replay as well. Won't forget you. And everyone on the audio experience. If you were listening on the audio experience, you're going to have to go and watch the video because there's so much that you need to see in this. I might not even upload this for the audio experience, to be honest, because it's so visual. I don't know if it'd serve anybody listening to this in the car because they're going to be like, what button do I press? Where do I get this from? But all Periscopes do get uploaded just as audio only now, guys, to the Acts on This TV audio experience that you can subscribe to for free on iTunes or on Stitcher.com. Just search for Acts on This TV, all one word, and you'll be able to subscribe for free. And then you'll be able to catch up when you're walking the dog or in the gym or driving the car or riding your bike or, whatever. Fanny said she was a bit confused with the visuals. Well, you need to go back on the replay and take it step by step because I know there might be a few things that, were hard to see depending on the size of the screen that you're looking at. But ultimately, it's dead self-explanatory, guys, if you get those pieces of software and just dive in yourself and just dig around and just test stuff out. They're not difficult tools to use. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. As long as you can read, you'll be able to understand them. It's just a matter of clicking a couple of buttons and, selecting a couple of options. Very, very simple. So appreciate you. This Friday, guys, I've got a interview with Jordan Hogg coming out, an Acts on This TV episode as well. It's about an hour and 5 minutes long. If you're a free member of Acts on This, you'll be able to get access to about 15 minutes of it. If you want to get access to the full thing. Sorry, I was reading messages there as well. If you want to get access to the full thing, it's an hour and 5 minutes long. It's one of the best interviews I've done. Jordan is an incredible director, works for Coronation Street at the moment. And he's got... what's he got? He's got... Oh, what's his condition called? Basically, the right-hand side of his body is practically paralysed. So he's got physical disability. And in the interviews, he talks about how that effectively has really kind of fueled him, really. He said a lot of the time, I've not been able to run away from things in my life. Literally, physically, I've had to stand there and fight them. And it's just made him much, much stronger. It's super compelling interview listening to how he, how he's gone about what he's done so far. He's BAFTA nominated. He's working on a great show. He goes, plans to work on bigger and better things as well in the future. He wants, he's got a lot of films and stuff in the pipeline. And that's going to be available on Friday on actsonthis.tv. I'm just editing the last few sections of it. So that's quite exciting. If you want to get access to it all, like I say, you've got to be a premium member. Premium membership is just 10 quid a month or 90 quid for the year. And so much of that revenue goes towards charity, charities that the guests who come on get to choose. They all get a charity donation. It goes to, most of the time, the little charities where it really makes a difference as well. Not the huge charities that, get all the funding anyway. So George Bukhari, for instance, when he came on last time, he gave his to a children's home, a really small children's home that he actually works at himself, and they all went for a day out with the money that I gave them. Well, not that I gave them, that you gave them, effectively. For all the people who are premium members, you did that. So it's a real force for good, effectively. It's not a fat cat thing, so whenever you see me pushing people to go premium, one, I think it's a complete no-brainer, because there's in premium content, there's over 150 hours of extra content. In total, on this site, there's over 400 hours worth of material now. But you will get access to some of the greatest minds in the industry that you would never, ever get access to for that length of time normally. You couldn't go to Jill Trevelyan's house and sit in her house for 2 hours over a coffee and talk to her all about the industry. You can if you sign up to a premium membership on Acts on This and listen to it, because I went and did that. Same with Andy Pryor, the Doctor Who casting director, Kelly Valentine Henry and Victor Jenkins, the Broadchurch casting directors. We've had people on from the soaps like Peter Hunt, head of Hollyoaks, Kate Rhodes James and Daniel Edwards they cast Mr. Selfridge and The Tunnel and Ripper Street. Massive, massive stuff. And I'm like, guys, if you're serious about your career, why the fuck do you not want to hear from these people? It's mental. It's absolutely mental. These are people who you would die to get in front of. And you can listen to like an hour interview where they tell you exactly how to get in front of them. And people are like, no, I'm not interested in that. And yet I'm like, it's 10 quid. You will go and spend 10 quid on some other bullshit and then tell me you're struggling in your acting career, but you won't invest 10 quid into something with these incredible names that actually doesn't only just help you, but helps benefit some really needy charities as well. I think it's a no-brainer. Actsonthis.tv. If you're not a premium member, bloody upgrade, because you're just, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you don't. Caroline says, senseless. It is senseless, Caroline. Seriously, sometimes I'm like, I don't get it. Am I doing something wrong? You know, am I like, do people not appreciate the value in it? Sam says, I agree, but don't have the money because I have no job and currently injured. Sam, I would suggest if the government came in tomorrow and said, listen, I'm putting a £10 a month, a £2.50 a week tax on air that you breathe, you would find 10 quid from somewhere. I think we all could, unless you're in abject poverty and you're literally on the street. So if they did that, you'd find it. You'd complain about it, but you'd probably find it. I would ask everybody who's questioning that, and like I said, this isn't to get money out of it for myself, because I don't get any money from it. I genuinely just want you guys to win. And you'll see that historically. In a few years' time, you will be like, you know what? Out of all these people in the industry who have been asking me for money, Ross, he was all right. He genuinely wanted me to win. And you'll see that looking back. You might not appreciate it now. I hope you do. There's a lot of people out there who are just looking for your money because they failed in their own careers and they can't afford not to ask you for money. I'm very, very fortunate I'm not in that position, but I genuinely just want you guys to fucking win because I think there's an infinite amount of success out there. So those who are worried about the 10 quid, I get it, totally get it, but when you break it down, it's £2.50 a week. I would suggest everybody on here has probably bought a Starbucks or a Costa Coffee or something that was £2.50 this week that they could have invested in their career rather than in their stomachs or some short-term pleasure that was a cake or a bag of crisps and a bottle of pop or something like that. It's £2.50 a week to access the greatest minds literally in the industry, and it's only going to get better and better because with every guest that I get on, guys, it gives me more kudos to bring on bigger guests as well, bigger and bigger guests, and then it will only snowball from there. It really will. And I aim absolutely to have the biggest names in the world on the site, not just in the UK, but the Will Smiths, Michael Caine I would love to have on. Massive, massive, massive names. Eddie Redmayne. Will get huge people on and talk honestly and openly about the career and how they've done it and reverse engineer that success. So the more you can help with that, I just bloody appreciate it because that's the vision. And it's where I'm going to go. I absolutely guarantee you, like I say, historically, you watch 2020, 2022, you see the guests that are coming on this website. Thanks to the support that you guys give me, so we can all do this together. It's not just something that I'm doing, but it's something that I really need the help of the thousands of people currently in the community to really help me achieve. So any support, massively appreciate it. Even if it's word of mouth and you're just spreading it to other people, bringing people into the Facebook group, answering questions in the Facebook group, being supportive of other people when they post videos in the Facebook group. It's all about building everybody up so we all build the very best version of ourselves that there can be, and we'll do that consistently and constantly as we move on, as long as we are alive on this planet. Right, I'm going to go. I will love you and leave you. Appreciate you all, though. Thank you so much. I hope that's been useful. Go and clean up your social media profiles, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for Book Club, where we'll be looking at the regret of I wish I had kept in touch with my friends. I think it's going to be an interesting one that will probably resonate with a lot of people. Appreciate you, Sam. Thank you. Cheers, Caroline. I can see Hipster's still here, Jen's still here, Fanny's still here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Keep me updated on your Instagram stories, guys. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. And I will continue to post on Instagram stories as well. Follow at Act On This TV. And my personal account is at Ross A. Grant, but I'm doing a lot of posting on the Act On This TV account at the moment. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate it. I'll catch up with you Wednesday, guys. All right? Have a great night. What's left of it? And I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.